Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast Network. We Are Error Season 2, Episode 6, Avengers Endgame Drunken Rambling. If this is your first time checking out the podcast, thank you so much. Please go to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. We're at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at / We Are Podcast. With that said, on to the podcast.
We are Error.
What's a badass tattoo?
Those are badass tattoos, actually.
Whatever, we'll fucking roll with it, because I want to take this shot. I'm so ready. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the We Are Error podcast. This is Duck. I'm here with
Jake.
And
Javi.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is Endgame time. This is before the movie. We're going to take our first shot of the night for the movie.
And I'm driving right after. Duck,
That's not over.
Thank you. And I'm dropping
Here's to you.
to the Endgame, baby. Thanks,
So I will say this. Our attentions were completely caught off guard in Infinity War in the first 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Set the whole tone for the movie.
It did.
Right. All bets are off. We don't know what the fuck to expect.
Hulk got taken out.
So, in the first 10 minutes of this, what if they introduced a fucking character that we didn't even expect at all?
Oh, I'd be so pumped.
And that would just subvert our expectations. We don't know what to expect with this one. Like, anything can fucking happen.
I can't wait.
Alright, if that's
buzzing.
true, who are you banking on, if it's true?
From the set photos, Wolverine.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes.
That would be crazy.
Like,
He's actually been spotted on the side of Avengers 4.
I mean, he looked like Wolverine also.
Like
his
facial hair?
Yeah,
Like he was
the fucking
shredded?
denim and everything. Like, he's walking on the streets. Like, his hair was fixed like fucking Wolverine and the fucking facial hair.
So is that what we're going to go with? We think it could be
No,
Wolverine?
I don't know. I think
he's definitely gonna be in
probably,
this movie.
No, I think it was a red herring, honestly, because him and Ryan Reynolds were on set, like, on the same day.
Fuck!
Alright, I do know there's no
Post-credits.
So that's for sure.
But there is a post-credit audio. Did you hear that? Mm-mm. So we're sticking around. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
of
going to
course.
say. Secondly...
I guarantee it's what. This is Reed Richards. Mayday, Mayday.
This is Brie Larson. Excelsior to phase 4 and beyond. I hate white men.
Alright, I do want to say that. Earlier we were talking about going to the movie because we've been pumped all day.
Oh,
I rewatched
all day?
All day.
I mean,
All day?
But last couple hours...
For an exact fucking year, bro.
Alright.
I've been managed to keep myself in check all year. And then I noticed as the days got closer and closer, I was like, holy shit,
I've been excited to listen.
I cannot contain it.
It's like Christmas.
It's exactly. My like we listened to the theme earlier in
Yeah.
the car. Jake had goosebumps
Oh,
in his
yeah.
arm. I literally about 2 hours ago, I finished Infinity War at work, and I was just like, I'm ready. And then I started buzzing, like you said, that day before Christmas, that day before you go on vacation, you can't sleep at night.
Right.
I'm so fucking pumped.
Oh,
for this.
yeah.
I can't wait. And that's what we wanted to kind of talk real quick before we go see the movie. And just, if our expectations are up here, are we fucked? Or do you think we're going to come out on the other side and be like, we did it?
No, here's the thing. Our expectations are up here, and they're going to stay up here. If not, they're going to go a little bit higher.
I was going to say, I think everybody's expectations are ridiculously high for this movie.
Right.
And every non-spoiler review that I've read, people are just like, exceeded my expectation.
This is a truly amazing movie.
Yeah, masterful.
That's what I told.
they're
I
fucking
told my
saying.
boss before I left. I was like, I'm probably coming in hungover because it's a celebration. This
Yeah.
is the end of an era.
Oh, yeah.
The
This
first-
is the cinema event of the fucking
It
century.
really
there,
is,
you know?
and that's the thing is I feel like this after we're done with this, and I know it's going to sound weird, but we're going to feel different when we come out on the other end.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to kind of talk about it beforehand. I feel like there's going for us geeks, us nerds who buy into this so hardcore. There is something on the other side of this, and it's not blowjobs and candy, which would be great, but it'll be cinematic blowjobs.
We're going
and
to be
candy.
like the kids at the end of Stand By Me after this movie, after
Yep.
the adventure of finding
Oh, yeah,
the Ray
yeah.
Brower, the Brower's kid's body.
Yeah. I get to be.
They never saw each other again.
I get to be the pudgy one. I just want to be that one. Which one was that?
Jerry O'Connell?
Oh yeah. He's
Oh, wait,
awesome.
that's Goonies.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
ripped up
Vern,
now, bro.
Vern.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry O'Connell.
So we're gonna basically it's a
Tomcats.
cinematic equivalent of finding a dead body and poking it with a stick and then coming back.
Ooh, God, let's go find a dead body and poke it with a stick.
This is when we go into the movie theaters. Just go. We gotta poke that dead body. Give me another shot.
Yep.
Got so excited. I know we're heading towards that time. We gotta leave.
So this is the end game of this.
Real quick, theories on what you think's gonna happen. Just lay out the movie for me. What do you think's gonna happen?
Cut to 2 years later. We see fucking Tony in space. Oh, that can't be right. He can't be out there for 2 years.
Okay, so it's
Right.
quickly after. I think there's going to be a time jump after he comes back.
Yeah, he's not going to go directly home.
Right.
He's going to go to some other place that he doesn't reunite with everybody at that point.
What you're hearing is Javi tapping because he's so fucking excited right now. Javi, what are your predictions for the movie? What do you think's going to happen from beginning to end?
Beginning to end?
Put it out there.
A lot of crying on my end. We are going to see, I think we're going to see Fantastic Four.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
We are going to
take
get
one
like integration of some other Marvel franchise in this movie.
With the Fox purchase, they're going to throw us some sort
And I think they knew that this purchase was going to go through regardlly.
It's like with
and
Spider-Man.
I think they did it anyway.
Yeah, they were working on that Spider-Man deal way before because in the script stage they were just like, we're going to rock this. My voice cracked at you. We're going to rock this.
And I'm pretty sure every villain in Phase 3 has had a redemption arc.
Yes.
I think there's going to be a bigger baddie than Thanos, and Thanos is going to end up helping him out.
The Phase 3 thing of like surrogate father.
I was going to say,
like
that
it's-
runs throughout the entire fucking phase.
Yeah,
And
phase
phase 1
3.
through 3, though. No,
And
phase 1 through 3. They're
whole
all
thing.
fucking daddy issues.
So-
You don't realize it until the other phases.
Well, like I realized that today while watching Infinity War, I was like Thanos and Gamora. That's the whole thing right there. And
So
even
before
more
that,
so,
Peter and Ego.
Yeah.
Tony and fucking Peter
Even-
Parker.
exactly. And then this one in Infinity War,
Tony
I was
losing his parents.
exactly.
I like time travel. I really do think Tony Stark is actually going to like make nice with his dad, or just
There's
like
so much. There's no way it's not time travel. There's no way it's not. That's the only way Thanos won is because he turned back time and then he took the gem. That's the only reason. So it's got to be you got to use your villain's greatest strength against them, and it's got to be that, right?
Well, Doctor Strange also said it was the only way, and he has a pretty fucking keen grip on the time stone itself, the Eye of Agamotto, so...
What I was thinking about today, whenever he says it was the only way, is like 14 million something.
506.
Yeah, and what I kept thinking is, in every version of that, he wanted to be the protector. He probably was sitting there going, "I'm the be all end all," because he's got a big ego,
Right.
And he's got not the planet ego, but a big ego, and he's got to be like, if I'm in this, I can save this. And it must have been the one time he went, "Okay, I die. Let's see what happens."
Yeah.
and that's the one he was like, "We only have the one chance."
Yeah,
and that's where he understood he had to go, and he knew it was coming. That's why after it was done, he was like, "All right, I tried, but I'm going to sit here and wait for it." He's just like, "It's the only way we're in the end game." So I was like, "That's badass."
Looks like he's going to fill it anyways.
Yeah, and then, oh man, and that, the other thing
Does
I was
Dust
saying,
have feelings?
well, that's what I was wondering, because as they were dusting away, I was just like, is it like a fart? Is that
just
what it is?
What if they
Also-
just felt like they're coming every time they like that'd be fucking
Oh, I can't
great.
wait to dust, dude.
If Peter Parker's a virgin, that's why he's so scared.
everyone's down like this.
My dad used to say this all the time. He's like, the first time, did it feel like a million bumblebees coming out the edge of your dick? And I'm like, Dad, why would you say that? No, it did, though. He was right.
No, I put a million bumblebees in a piece of wood and use it as a vibrator on her.
The other thing I want to point out, Javi brought up Hulk and how he could play a big role. At the beginning of Infinity War, whenever Heimdall cast him off to Earth,
Yeah.
Thanos turns to him and he's like, "You're going to regret that." And he was going to use the Hulk for something.
Like that was the only kill.
yeah.
Maybe that's why Hulk
Well,
was hiding. Maybe
so,
That was
like,
the
in the
only
comic-
Thanos. That was like the only kill that Thanos actually became out of character.
Yeah, he was
'Cause
angry.
Usually he doesn't waste his energy on a fucking useless kill.
well, like I said, maybe he's mad because
Well,
he was going to use the Hulk.
He wasn't even rocking the fucking gauntlet at that fucking time.
Yeah, like one stone.
Yeah.
But maybe he thought he could turn him over to his side or use him in some way.
I know in the later comics, it's an alternate universe where it's old Thanos, where he actually kills everybody in the fucking universe, but he keeps Hulk as a pet. And
Ooh.
feeds, like, badass superheroes to him as,
That's
like,
fucking
trophy
cool.
fucking food. Like, and Hulk's pit where he does feeding, like, you can see Cap's shield and, like, all these other
awesome.
fucking things like that. But he turned him into a fucking dog. That's how bad he fucking beat him.
So fucking awesome.
It was like a reek situation.
You know what I'm talking about?
Total reek. Theon and Ramsey situation.
Yeah.
No spoilers, Javi.
You went ham today. You went on
After I said it, I was like, you know what? If they spoil it, spoil it.
I don't even fucking watch it. I couldn't spoil it. I was a fucking goddamn Letterkenny.
Yeah.
I know. I
meme.
was
Like-
between that and my other best friend in the world, like sending me shit. I was just like,
Stay at the
fuck
laneway. Don't
this
come off
shit.
the property.
Oh,
But then I was like, whatever. It's
what a good best friend.
yeah, no. He's just like, it didn't have anything to do with it. I was like, all right.
That's
fine,
what I
dude,
said.
That's fine.
Holy
I
shit,
know.
is he
that's
talking
what I'm
about
saying.
me?
I know. That's what I'm saying. Other than that, we're going to get fucking going to the movie theater. Me and Jake are going to take another shot.
Yeah.
Hobbs is going to drive. Thank you, Javi, for that. We're going to eat some delicious food. We're going to drink some booze. We're going to maybe have another shot. We're going to try to make this the big event. This is the first of the big four. This is the end of Avengers. This is the end of Game of Thrones. This is the end of Star Wars, and the end of something else. What was the other one? Fuck. Maybe it's only 3.
End of Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Did you say that already?
Yeah, Star Wars, Avengers,
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's it.
And The Sopranos.
Yeah. The Sopranos reboot. The reboot, if you will. Gotham. I don't fucking know. I know there's
that.
another
I heard
one.
that finale
I know
sucked shit.
Yeah.
It's not a good show. It really
All right,
isn't.
you guys ready? Shot time.
Yes, I'm quite ready.
yes.
This is Super Chieftains.
Gotham! I think Batman's gonna be an Endgame.
He better be.
They're just pulling out all the fucking stops. They're gonna throw everybody in there.
But which Batman would show up? Would it be Keaton?
Oh, no.
yeah.
No. It'd be
Yeah.
Kevin Conroy.
Oh, fuck yeah. I am Batman. All right, we are back, and we just saw this amazing fucking movie. I'm not going to lie.
7-movie contract for Captain fucking Marvel. No one gave a shit.
All right, Javi.
I'm sorry.
You're 100% right. Also,
1,000% right.
okay. Also, you don't have to worry about that. Spoilers, everybody. If you're listening to this, hopefully you've seen the movie already. If you have not seen the movie, stop listening and go watch the movie right now, because we're about to talk about our immediate reaction to this movie. I am highly intoxicated. I believe Jake might be a little bit intoxicated.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
And
Feeling
Javi
feeling
is
right.
in a wonderfully...
Drunk on emotion.
Exactly. He is drunk on emotion, because we were wondering if this movie could deliver on the level that we all expected it. This movie had
Surpass our expectations.
This movie literally had to climb Everest and go to the moon. Did this movie exceed our expectations?
I went to Mars.
I'm not
Fuck the
even lying.
moon.
Dude, I was.
Fuck the moon. It went to Mars.
Marvel Galaxy, my friend.
Oh
Marvel
my
Galaxy.
God.
This movie...
There's no measure to how far this movie went above our expectations.
This
There's
movie
no measure.
might be the greatest. Holy shit. The greatest end to anything I've ever seen.
The greatest tribute to fan service, though. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
Okay, so everybody had theories about this movie. What all was going to happen, and we all got a little bit of everything. Not even just us. Every theory that we heard before this leading up. Every bit got a little piece of what the fuck everybody was wanting. We got Professor fucking Hulk.
We did.
You know, like,
Javi got Professor Hulk. He's the first one to put that out.
I was amped on it.
I also
Also,
felt
though.
that I was like, if I didn't see Hulk at least go toe-to-toe with Thanos, I would be upset. But seeing Professor Hulk, I didn't even care.
And what I loved about Professor Hulk was the fact that he was the in-between, and literally the in-between.
Perfect.
He talked slower. He talked more deliberately. Yes, I will cheers to that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I poured you one also. You don't have to. Yeah. Okay, we done there. I have you motherfuckers and my brothers and my friends and
Dude.
people that I can relate to on this sort of level about something that means. I mean, obviously it means the world to us, but what attachment do I really have other than just fandom or whatever else?
Dude.
But we all relate on the same level. We're passionate about this stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And this means the world to me that we're able to see this and experience this at the same time on the opening fucking night. What a fucking show.
Dude,
we were delivered.
Let me tell you, this is how I felt. Last year, at this time, I just went through a terrible breakup. I was miserable. I was lonely. I just moved into this apartment. And I went to see Infinity War by myself. By myself. Didn't go with anyone else. How fitting is that for that movie where it's a group of individuals who are trying to do something, but they can't beat it. And then you go to this movie and it's everyone working together.
The first one, everybody's left alone.
Left alone at
they
the
split
end.
the party.
The very first part of the
Yes.
Infinity War, everybody's left
Left
alone.
alone at the end. This movie is about...
Everybody's brought together.
Exactly. When everyone is brought together and getting to go see this
Very
with my
fitting.
friends.
That gives me more goosebumps right now, man.
I'm not even lying. When I walked out of that movie, when I watched Infinity War, I was like, that was amazing. That was so good. I wish I had somebody to share it with. And this time, I have two of my best friends in the whole fucking world to share it with, dude. This means
Holy
so much to
fucking
me.
shit. So,
so
like,
much.
I don't know that a movie has made me go this quick in emotions from screaming with laughter and joy
Literally.
to fucking immediate fucking tears.
Having to
Holy shit.
We had to punch through the hobs to get some fucking look. I'm not
yeah,
lying.
yeah, I'm slapping across Hobbs, hitting you, I'm fucking hitting the Hobbs, I'm like getting behind him, like, oh my god, like, what the fuck?
Dude, and me and Jake were both here. I want to point this out. At the very beginning of the movie, we were like, we got some shots, and we're like, we'll take the shot whenever the best part of the movie happens. So we're watching the
We would have
movie.
been wasted how we did that.
All right. So Thanos,
We were close, though.
We were close,
We were
but-
very close. That
but-
was a damn good part, though, that we fucking first saw, though.
They showed up at Thanos' little lair, and they just started fighting Thanos. We're like, this is badass.
Yeah.
And then when Thor chopped his head off,
Fucking
we're like,
head off.
we're
Okay,
like-
no. Wait, we cheers after they chopped his fucking arm off. That
right.
was fucking dope.
We got the
that
chair.
was really good.
We got
We're
the chair
like,
after
okay.
that. And then they chopped the head off, and we're like, fucking wasted.
Yep, no.
Dude, it was amazing.
Oh.
I would say this
That was
movie...
like one part of my theory about like them going through Thanos really quick. I got that right on the technicality.
No, and honestly,
Jake
I
said
think
it.
we, yeah, but I didn't think that he was going to be the big baddie, and I knew that it wasn't going to be a Thanos movie anymore. Like, I mean, just...
It wasn't.
It really wasn't.
No.
Like, he was minimal in this movie.
That
It was
an
about...
Stark movie.
It was an Avengers movie.
It was a fucking Back to the Future Part 2 where they had to
Right.
fucking avoid everything that they
Right.
did in the past. Holy shit.
My favorite part...
Holy shit.
My favorite part in the beginning is exactly what your favorite part was when they mentioned like Back to the Future, Terminator, Time Cop.
Fucking
He
Scott Lang
Oh, is it-
is fucking telling him how, look, I think I invented time travel. I'm not sure that I did.
Exactly.
But, look, this is what I know about time travel. You can't interact with yourself.
Dude, it was
You
so
can't-
good because they broke the rules too. And that's what Back to the Future 2 did. It broke the fucking rules.
How about how gaunt and fucking weak
They
Tony
made
Stark
Stark look.
looked as soon as he was gone for 23
Terrifying.
days? He's only living off just tiny meager rations.
Right.
He tries sharing it with fucking Nebula, and she's like, no. You eat it. Like, you need it more than
Right.
me. He gets back and he looks like he's fucking got leukemia
Yeah,
or
he's
cancer.
insane.
So fucking
and broken
good.
and beat
Yes.
and he's like, we lost.
And he's like,
They were
fuck
all
you,
like
Cap.
that.
Fuck you, Cap.
And the fact
you left me.
And the overarching story we talked about in the theater and we talked about before, Phase 3 was about fathers and about being the head of a family, taking care of children.
Full circle.
This movie is 100% about that
Full.
because Tony, even though he becomes a father and he loves his daughter more than anything in this world, he sacrifices himself for the entire world, for
His
everything.
interaction with his father and how fucking
Dude, I fucking cried for
passionately
that part.
he feels about that. Like, he's so happy to see his fucking dad. And, like, he sees that he is his fucking dad.
Right.
Dude,
And
I
he
think
hugs
for
him
the
at the
greater
end.
good.
He's trying not to tear up, and he hugs him at the end. He's like, that's weird. You know, whatever
Yeah.
else. But
But even
he
that
gets it, but that's the whole fucking saga.
It is because he found that complete circle where he always had a love-hate relationship with his father. He respected him, but he felt like he was never loved.
So
but
he
realized
was already the surrogate father to Peter Parker, lost him. He was one of the few that lived through the decimation with Pepper, coincidentally, able to start his own fucking life, have his own daughter,
He had
Morgan, who
everything.
he talked about naming at the beginning of Infinity War after Pepper Potts' uncle.
Right.
So they already alluded to that. And then making the decision to go back in time because he saw the picture of Peter Parker.
And even
he was like, I can't leave this kid behind.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, he without saying it, obviously, but that's the feeling that they were
That's
trying
the wonderful
to convey.
thing about this movie is there's so many moments that you know what the character's thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Because of a subtle look. Not because they say it out loud. They don't have to repeat it. It's all subtle look.
A great
Until-
testament to storytelling throughout the series.
Until the greatest line in that fucking movie, and I still think there were two moments that bought that movie, but the greatest line in that movie when Thanos said, I'm inevitable. And
And
then
he snaps again.
And then Tony Stark gets the thing, and he goes, "I am." And there's a pause, and we all thought.
I was going to
he
say
wanted
Tony
to
Stark
say-
for some reason.
We all thought he was going to say,
Well, okay.
Iron Man."
He
And then
says,
snaps
I
it.
am, as he's fucking clenching his fist, and then you see the Infinity Stones appear onto his fucking glove.
And he says-
then he's like,
Iron Man.
Oh
Boom.
my
And like we said, the
God,
most
and he
beautiful thing about that
snaps.
is that's the last thing he said before he died. That was the most wonderful thing because that moment where
It was
he's
the
sitting there-
ending of his first movie. That he
Exactly.
said
Okay,
that.
so did y'all think this at the beginning? So whenever he's recording into the helmet,
I knew it was going to come back.
so no, but the way he touches the helmet, it's almost like he doesn't address Pepper at all. He's talking to Iron Man. He
Really?
said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He caresses the helmet at the end. Like he's talking into the Iron Man helmet. He never once addresses Pepper. He just says, I know I
Or
always
Morgan.
felt like, yeah. He doesn't say anything about any of that shit. He didn't have Morgan yet. at
See,
that
I
point.
saw the opposite.
He didn't have Morgan. So no, but I'm just saying, like to me, like he's saying that he cannot quit being Iron Man.
But
that's what I fucking took it as. And he went back to it.
What I took from it is the utter defeat and the character that he is when he's leukemia-looking Tony Stark.
Right.
Where he realized the most important thing was going to be Pepper and his future. But then on top of that, immediately with that relationship with Nebula, I turned to Javi and I said, he's the father to all of them. He's the caretaker to everyone in this Marvel Cinematic Universe.
The most important thing is saving the world. And he knows that being Iron Man is the only way that that's possible.
But I think
is to fucking save everything.
I think that
he has to fucking do what he can, is what I think.
I think for him, he realized that he had to become something greater. And the full circle is he became the father, because he is the father of the Cinematic Universe. There's an amazing callback at the end whenever Happy Hogan is sitting with Morgan.
Oh my god, dude, that was fucking...
It was heartbreaking.
It was cheerful and fucking heartbreaking at the same time.
Twofold. Let me tell you why. Number one, he goes, what do you want to eat? And she goes, cheeseburgers. And he goes, your father liked cheeseburgers.
And you see Tony Stark eating the fucking cheeseburger at the podium after he gets back from creating the Mark 1.
Because Burger King,
yes,
who gave him the hamburger, they paid for a majority of Iron Man as advertising.
Yes.
Because of Burger King and because of that cheeseburger, we get 10 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we get the end here. The most emotionally satisfying, the most epic battle we've ever seen. The first portion of that movie, very indie film, very emotional. Javi was loving it. Whenever they show up in New Asgard, they were playing it felt like a Wes Anderson movie for a second. And that's why Javi was loving it. I saw it. He was like, this is a little Wes Anderson.
I kind of got a little bit of Zack Snyder going to the fucking Alaska to find the Aquaman Phil.
Right.
I know, I got that too.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's just Doc jumping in here real quick to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And if you're enjoying the podcast today, please share with your friends. It's the only way we can grow this network. With that said, back to the podcast. And how about the changeover of Fat Thor? I love Fat Thor. Like Chubby Thor?
Oh yeah.
Are you
Broken Thor?
Broken Thor.
Yeah.
Dude.
Like,
he's fucking broken.
He was just
Thor.
like a shell.
But that's why he's going to be the perfect fit for Guardians.
But emotionally, he
just
was...
a bunch of broken
I thought they
misfits.
would buy it back by the end. He would be Thor.
No.
But the fact that he went through a character arc where...
He had to have both of them. He had to have fucking Stormbreaker.
How badass was
and
that
Mjolnir.
shit?
That was fucking dope, but that's also fucking a testament of how weak he is that he had to have both of them.
But also,
I
how
still
about...
couldn't do it in my...
And fucking Cap is worthy enough to take Mjolnir away from...
I think in Age of
so
Ultron,
obviously,
he faked it.
Obviously Thor is not worthy at this point, and I think that's what they're trying to build at. They're gonna do a fucking character redemption, as they always fucking do, and that's what makes the character earnest, though. He goes through these trials and tribulations. He loses things. He wins. He loses. He won even though he fucking lost. He cut the fucking head off, and he already fucking knew. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to cut that off because there's nothing I can do about it.
He had the greatest character. He had the best character arc in this movie, where he begins as the mighty Thor, and then he loses it all.
He didn't start this movie as the Mighty Thor.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
100%.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
he
shows
was fucking
up
pissed off.
and
He was all 8 Mile and shit whenever Captain Marvel's like, I'm going to go kill Thanos.
At that point,
Fuck
he
you,
was
bitch.
he was just fucking done at that point.
He wanted to kill Thanos more than anyone, and then he does, and then
he was like feeling empty.
That move that he killed Thanos, literally, he has a conversation later with his mother. He's like, it was not fulfilling. I did it. I wanted to do it, but after I felt empty and I became this. He succeeded. He became what he wanted to become, and then he hit rock bottom after that. And Thor has a history. If you look at Thor Ragnarok into Infinity War, he has a history of hitting rock bottom. He goes, how much more could I lose? He lost even more after he succeeded.
I don't think he expected to.
He gets turned into a fucking frog at some point. I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay, so one thing I do have a question about: what happened to fucking Loki whenever he took the Tesseract and jumped away?
I was wondering the same thing.
They never fucking touched on that at all. So what is that? That's going to be a MacGuffin for Phase 4?
Disney Plus, because they had the Loki series. They had the
Falcon and Winter Soldier series.
That's what they were setting up, exactly. And the Scarlet Witch and Vision series, which I don't know where that'll be based on, but that's coming out too. All I'm saying is this movie, that first act, very, very low-key, very, very emotional. That second act being the heist movie where they have to go back in time and steal back.
And they're working out how they're going to do it.
Amazing. And that scene wherever Professor Hulk, which was blowing us away,
Okay.
Literally, he's like, I detest violence. And he's just like, slam, jam, bam. That made my day.
Okay, so I've been a huge Ant-Man fan since they incepted him in the universe, the MCU. I love Paul Rudd, and I like that he's somewhat the catalyst for all of this.
Right.
Like he comes back, he sees fucking Cassie, which also doesn't make sense because, it's supposed to be 5 years later from when
Yeah, she looked like she was 21.
Yeah, I was gonna
like,
say, she was like at least
But
17,
I did like when
18.
he goes...
But the scene where he looks at her and he smiles and he's sad and he's like,
God.
you got big.
Yeah.
And that's it. And he's just happy that he's fucking there and he gets to see
even the
her.
scene before that where they went to like the graveyard where it said the vanished on there, I was like, that's so
Oh
cool.
my god. Yeah,
It's like,
but
it's
and
so
even
cool.
seeing his own name, he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
But then,
how powerful. And
So
that's
good.
exactly what would happen if something like this ever happened, because you look at our monuments to Vietnam, 9/11, everything else, this would totally be a very relative situation and something
and I
that
like
we
the
would
fact
have to...
it wasn't just him walking around, it was multiple people.
Oh, yeah.
And-
And the kid wouldn't even fucking answer him. Like, hey, kid, what happened? He's
Where
like...
the fuck you been, mister?
Yeah.
And then also on Ant-Man, I want to
And I
say...
think I realized why Ant-Man wasn't like taken in the vanishing. Because when he described the quantum realm, I was like, oh, it's like its own little universe.
Yes.
He wasn't in that universe.
So
he was-
we were okay. So we were both right. He said time travel. I said quantum realm, but like we also
We have to say-
discussed,
Both
we
like,
also
how do you-
discussed that was going to be one of the same. Though.
Yeah.
The only thing they
That's
didn't
the
show
only
was
way.
the tardigrade dusting away, which would have been great. But every
I gotta go
other
back and
thing
check
that
I
we
think
wanted,
that's a deleted scene from Ant-Man and Wasp.
God, I
Honestly,
hope it is.
I really do. That's fucking great. I feel like I've actually.
Hey, listen, you did everything else we thought you were going to do. Why don't you just go
Right.
back and put that in? Because
Yeah.
we know what we're doing.
We're
Five-
the fans, motherfucker.
5 to 10 years from now, we'll be making the movies.
You
Don't worry, we
service
got
me.
this back. Sexually. Also, I want to say the Ant-Man 1970s version,
Helmet.
you guys turned to me before they went back to the 70s, and you were like, Fantastic Four.
I
and
swear to
you all
God.
got me pumped for the Fantastic Four, and I was like, they're not going to do it. Which they didn't. But this plays in my theory. What do? 1970s Ant-Man mixed with Fantastic Four. You make that fucking movie.
Well, it
bring
would have
back,
made sense
bang,
at that
done.
point because they went back into time.
Exactly.
They were in 1970.
So what we do...
So that's why
Is you
automatically he reached over and said, they're going to do Fantastic Four.
And then Jake
I was
reaches
like,
over
maybe.
and
I was
goes,
like,
I
yeah,
can't
they
believe
might
it.
actually fucking do
Like
it.
when they were there, I was expecting to see like, Dr. Richards, this is so and so, but
I wanted it too.
This
It
is
would have been
fucking-
simple insert, but here's the thing. You can still buy it back and
technically,
put the Fantastic
actually
Four
can
in
because in the
1970s.
comics, didn't Pym and Richards actually work together?
Oh my
Yes,
god.
yes.
Let's talk about how great they did fucking de-aging Michael
Douglas.
Douglas once again.
That looked
But
awesome.
holy
Number 2,
shit.
let's talk about the most important thing in that.
The
helmet.
aging.
No,
oh.
the helmet, dude. Did you
The
see
original
the fucking
Ant-Man
helmet?
helmet?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Yes,
the
there was
helmet.
I reached over. I was like,
The helmet, dude. The helmet was so good. So good. Oh my god, are
It's
you
the same
kidding me?
one Garrett Morris wore on the SNL episode.
Right.
Is Ant-Man. It was also really cool that they gave him a cameo in the Ant-Man movie as the
As a
cab
taxi
driver. Yeah.
How about going back in time? They set up you're not supposed to talk to your past person, and Back to the Future, the same thing happened. How about Captain America versus Captain America and that sweet
Holy
ass?
shit. Yeah,
That
that
really is
was
America's
fucking
ass.
hilarious. Okay, so
Sweet
the
ass.
ending is hilarious because to set it up, Ant-Man is riding on Tony Stark's shoulder at ant size,
So
and
good
they're
looking,
fucking talking about Captain America, and Tony makes a remark about Captain America's ass, and Ant-Man's like, that is America's ass, So then, all of a sudden, we get the same scene from Winter Soldier. He's wearing his original Captain America does, the entire same dialogue, except for at the end, he
In
fucking
the
says,
elevator.
Hell Hydra.
And we were all like,
What
so
a
fucking dope.
fucking stroke of genius
tension
that
is
was.
there. You believe the fight's going to happen.
And it
It's the
pays
same
homage to the new comics where he actually is fucking a Hydra
right.
agent.
You're
You
so
know,
right.
like it's just so fucking well written.
Well, let's talk
And he
about
just
that.
walks out away like scot-free, like with a smirk. And
Right.
then it runs into the actual Captain America wearing the Winter Soldier garb and
Let's
has
talk
a
about-
sweet fucking American ass.
Let's talk about the main 4 Avengers from the first phase. Let's talk about Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, and Thor. Let's talk about how they have the character arcs in this movie that finishes off
yeah.
their movies. Let's start with Hulk, being Professor Hulk.
Okay, so that came very quick in the movie.
Right.
And we were all
Pumped.
like, yeah,
Pumped.
like
That was the
as
first
soon as he
moment.
saw it,
after Thanos gets deheaded, that's the moment after where you're like, fucking Professor Hulk, are you kidding me?
And I think it's something that we've all fucking wanted, obviously.
I really do like the fact. I really do love the fact that we were just introduced to Professor Hulk, just like bang off the middle. There was no story about how he became.
Yeah,
Professor. Like
it's just like this is
Professor Hulk.
This is it.
Fucking deal with
Accept
it. Move the fuck on, no questions.
Yes.
And the way he played it, like I said, it was between Hulk and Banner. He slowed down his talking.
The
had
CGI for
amazing.
Professor Hulk was
just like
fucking incredible.
Mark Ruffalo looked more like Hulk than Josh Brolin looked like Thanos.
Yes.
But I know that's, an intentional thing because both of the fucking CGI is amazing. But this is a very viable Professor Hulk. And the whole fucking scene with, like, Ant-Man, he's like, hey, I'm Ant-Man. And he's like, oh. Take a picture. He's like, no, come on, he's gonna get sad if you don't take a picture, like.
Yeah.
So essentially,
and he was just like,
he's Mr. Fix-It.
He is. Yes, from the comics.
Yeah.
And also, he's that celebrity. He finally found that mid-ground in a way that it ends that storyline where there was the dynamic where they were fighting, and they're like, you know what? We can literally just work together and be the best version of both of us, and it is the best version.
I would have loved to have
honestly.
that conversation.
Well, okay, let's talk about the fucking callback scenes from the first Avengers whenever he's taking the stairs down.
Right.
You hear him talking.
That's so
like,
good.
That's
the scenes,
that's
the
great
moment.
that they fucking show that he actually had a capability to fucking speak at that point.
Right.
Like
you actually feel things too.
You get a glimpse at it in Ultron. He says a couple things as Hulk.
Right.
He goes full on baby talk in Ragnarok. And then just showing that, like, the whole behind the scenes fucking shit, but the whole fucking,
What happens in between?
Back to the Future Part 2.
It literally is all the behind the scenes. What happens in between the big action moments? It's the quiet moments where they're like, you want a drink? I'll have a drink.
Remember last week we was talking about how, like, Hulk fucking hates being called Hulk because, like, he associated that with, like...
Or they hate being called Banner.
Or they hate being called Banner.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show that the Hulk always felt disrespected, even within his own team.
But they called him both. They would call him Hulk and they would call him Banner. They would call him either one.
To him, that was like a sign of no
Ragnarok... Thor played both sides.
He did.
He's like, oh, I don't like Banner. He's all like, numbers and whatnot. And then he's like, oh, I don't like the Hulk. He's like, oh,
but
smash.
yeah, like, in that same movie, Thor called him an idiot, but he called him Hulk. He's like, Hulk, don't be an idiot. And I was like, Hulk didn't get mad, but yeah, you call Hulk Banner, he's gonna try to rip your fucking head off.
Hulk called him baby arms.
And they found that perfect
baby arms.
And I also like the fact that he's talks slower and that he looked like the best combination of both. Made me so happy. Let's talk about Thor's arc in this movie.
Dude, Thor in fucking Asgard was fucking heartbreaking. Totally defeated, totally just drunk, alcoholic, done.
But how cool was it that Rene Russo fucking came through and fucking said, I know you're from the future. Like, he's like, you're from the future.
Because
like,
a mother would know.
God damn, how good is that, though? They fucking tied in the fucking wishcraft, the sorcery, the fucking... the goddess powers.
And he needed that. That was the push he needed to bring himself.
Or at least to make him to get on page where he needed to be. Obviously, he did not get himself together.
But I also like seeing... What's the rock guy's name?
Korg!
I like
seeing Korg in a goddamn Hawaiian shirt!
And playing Fortnite? That was hysterical.
Oh my god.
That was so good.
And it's so to be expected also, though.
He was so emotionally there for that movie where you're like, he had been so intoxicated and drunk and dampening the pain and become numb. And there were moments and flashes in that where he's like, don't say his name. We don't say his name. And Korg goes, we don't say his name. That made me feel so much.
I really enjoy the fact that out of all the Avengers, Thor ended up falling the hardest.
He did.
And he was started off with the strongest. Like, no one could fucking touch him. And look at him now.
It's amazing.
I mean,
he's a different character.
We all three watched Infinity War today. What did Thor say whenever he got picked up by the Guardians, talking about...
He's like, I can't imagine how much more I could lose.
Yes.
And he lost even more.
Yes.
We thought he was at rock bottom.
He was like, no, how much?
Exactly.
He told Rocket, how much more can I lose?
Exactly. Well, he knew that there's no... he can't bring him back at this point. He can't undo what was already done. So he's done with it.
Here's the thing, though.
He went into that with the expectation, I want to reverse everything.
Yeah.
And when
because
just like he fell even farther.
Just the fucking thought of it, where they're like, we can do this. If we go back, we get back at this certain time, we can fucking undo this, or whatever else.
Let's talk about when you hit rock bottom in depression. Me and Javi have been talking about depression this week. When you hit rock bottom, you can still go further into rock bottom. Because
Yeah.
me and Javi were talking about action before motivation. Was that what I said?
I can't remember.
It's you have to take action before the motivation kicks in.
I can't hear you all the way down here.
That's exactly. If you are depressed, you can spiral even further. You have to start fighting depression by doing stuff. You have to get up every day and go, I'm depressed, I don't want to do anything. But you have to take a step towards doing something. He literally spiraled so bad, he could not do anything to bring himself out. And on top of that, he was denying the fact that he was depressed. Denying the fact that he was in that place.
The allusion to, like, yeah, he's still a god in his mind. He's still the most bad motherfucker.
Because he's reliving his
Yeah,
past.
exactly.
I also love the fact in that aspect that Thor ended up being the most human out of everybody on the Avengers.
Absolutely. God who was
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah, that's a very great point. And also, what I was going to say is, whenever they show up to find him, they just point to a pile of kegs. Like, they're just like, oh yeah, he's been over here. And just total subversion of all expectations.
Right, I didn't expect that at all.
Surpassed all expectations on top of that. It's like, you're like, where the fuck is this going? Like, Thor's a loser now, and it's, once again, the hero's journey.
And
you have to re-earn all this fucking
he is
shit.
still in that process at the end whenever he has the little...
Oh, he is not near redeemed at all.
And that's the thing, when he has that little spat with Peter Quill at the end where he's like, everyone knows that the Captain...
But also, you know what? The Thor in Infinity War would have fucking bitch slapped Peter Quill.
Right.
Oh.
No, he would have bitch slapped Peter Quill.
He's on such a
but
low
they're
level.
both like, who's the boss here?
And he's like, you are.
Yeah. It's
but
like too many cooks.
So what that means is, number one, we're
I also
gonna
like that Thor kind of gave him when he said like, "Oh, you are." When he whispered it to him, he kind of had that look as like,
but then he's like,
because he still knows he's got the gleam in the eye.
Honestly, it's Thor because he's like, I'll still fucking.
But
kill
here's
you.
the thing: that's the promise, like Jake said earlier. We are going to get Thor in a Guardians movie. So what that means is
Guardians
Thor 4
Volume
will be
3.
Tessa Thompson, our Guardians Volume 3 will have Thor in it.
Yeah,
that is
I
fucking
really
amazing.
think so.
And maybe that'll be his redemption arc. And it works out so much better because we kept saying the cosmic universe has Thor from Thor Ragnarok and the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now you got both together? Are you kidding me?
I like the idea that Thor always has to redeem himself, though.
Right.
Every fucking movie, he really does. Like,
And
he
it's
has
realistic.
to fucking... It's earnest, though.
Exactly.
Like,
It's
it's
realistic.
because how many times do we go through our ups and downs?
Right. Dude, I'm doing that right now.
Yeah.
You guys don't even know this. I started today, and I don't think I told either of you, my 90 days of getting back in shape. Now listen, last year for me has been getting back in shape. I've literally started recording. This is why I was recording in the theater, Little Moments. I'm going to make a YouTube video, a documentary of 90 days me getting back in shape. I was telling Javi earlier, I went and tanned this afternoon. I took off my shirt at work, and I was outside tanning. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. I did 2 hours worth of exercise, and I did my hour-long walk. I did 3 hours.
awesome.
90 days. Thor, for me,
I'm proud
that
of you.
resonates so much to what I'm doing because he fell. But, dude, that's what I'm saying.
Look.
Sometimes you fall. Sometimes you falter, and sometimes you become something you don't want to be. And you can build yourself back up. That's where I see the storyline.
I haven't worked out in like 2 fucking years.
Yeah, but you're genetically
no,
built to be
no,
a
but,
beast
but
mode.
no, I'm just saying though, like, I used to do like 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 pull-ups a fucking day.
Well, then you're
like,
Thor in this situation. You're coming back.
But I'm saying, like,
Beast mode.
I want to fucking do this shit.
Well, then we're all
but
doing 90
I
days.
haven't in like 2 fucking years.
Okay,
and
then
I
you're
just-
going 90
I feel
days.
horrible about
You're
myself.
going 90 days. You're going 90 days. Done. Period. Done. It's the
I'm
end game
already
fucking
on 30
challenge.
of 90 days.
90 days end game challenge. Starting tomorrow, you guys are in on it too.
Can we
I
start
just got it.
Monday?
All right, Monday. That's fine.
Sway.
Jake's in today. Okay,
Man.
let's talking about Captain America's arc in this movie. He was not in Infinity War much. Okay, this movie begins and it ends with Captain.
The first Avenger and the last Avenger.
Exactly.
Well,
and that's
saying the last Avenger.
throughout the movie. He is Captain America. He is protecting. He is nurturing. He's taking care of people. That ending where he goes back in time, and then you just see you see the Forrest Gump moment where he's sitting on the bench with a box of chocolates, which he didn't have. And on top of that, they're just like Bucky and the Falcon Sam are just going, "You go talk to him first." And he walks over.
Well,
and that's
Bucky
when-
already,
Bucky knew what he was
Bucky
gonna
already
do.
knew.
He knew.
Bucky already knew that
It's
he
like
was
when-
back
when-
to his old self. I
Like
think
when Captain,
Bucky.
I'll be right back. And Bucky
Yeah, I was
goes,
gonna say.
Yeah, you're coming back.
Bucky had already talked to him, I think. at that point. Bucky is his best friend.
Bucky's his brother.
Yeah,
He knew what Cap was going to do.
And honestly,
We knew.
and honestly, that I think that's why he told Falcon to go talk to him, because I think he already fucking talked to Cap and saw that he came back that way, and he is just like, yeah,
How about
it's
that?
right. Like, because honestly, Falcon is the youngest.
Who's tapping?
He's the most agile member of and he can still get the super soldier serum, everything else, and it makes more sense. Honestly, it does, because they're both the same age. But Bucky realizes that his friend is doing this, to be the best person that he could. He wanted to help out the world.
How did you guys feel about Sam getting the shield and being able to carry the mantle?
I was actually very okay with it.
I love the way they did it.
I was very okay with it. It was very fucking tastefully done. I know that I've been a proponent saying that I think Bucky was going to get it because of the comics, but I was very okay with the way.
Every torch that was passed in this movie was done perfectly.
Holy shit.
There was a look in his eyes.
No, that was great. And how grateful that fucking Falcon was about it. And just
even more
everything.
than that, because that played into the behind the scenes of what we knew. Anthony Mackie wanted that rule in the Marvel Cinematic Universe so bad that he would email Kevin Feige all the time. And there was a moment, eventually he got the Falcon because of that. He kept going, I want a rule,
Perseverance. He earned
and
that
because
shit.
there was something deeper in that I read, where he literally looked like, I did it. And that's how I read it. I was like, I'm going to be Captain America.
Oh, yeah.
And I want him to be Captain America.
No, it was very, like I always say, the hero's arc, the hero's journey. It has to be earnest. Like, you have to you have to deserve this shit. You have to be passed through all the gauntlets, so to speak. And you have to prove that you're worthy to hold these fucking things. And I really do think that he has proved his mettle.
And even above that, he had the best moment in the movie where Captain, fighting Thanos, half his shield gone because he's taken that blade and he's cut it off. You think it's utterly defeated. And he stands up and you think that's that moment of, I could do this all day. You hear it without him saying it. And I wanted him to say it, but he didn't have to say it.
We all knew that he was going to. We all knew that's what he was thinking.
We knew it. And
that's
the best thing.
That's beautiful.
I could do this all day.
That's fucking
And then
beautiful.
you hear the static.
Cap, it's Sam.
And it's Sam.
Oh.
And then 10 seconds later, you start seeing the sling ring portal.
Yep.
And that could have ended whenever they brought everyone through the sling rings, when they brought everyone onto the battlefield. The movie could have ended there. But no, we get another 40 minutes worth of what we want to see. We get to see everything. We get to see everyone come through those portals. We get to see people from Captain America's universe, Thor's universe. You get to see Iron Man's universe. You get to see Wakanda. You get to see Doctor Strange.
That was a really actually fucking nice surprise. Whenever the fucking sling ring opened up and everybody thought it was going to be Doctor Strange. But who was it?
He was like
Black Panther.
It was Black Panther.
Fucking Black Panther.
And he walked in like
that
a
was
pimp.
fucking dope.
He walked in like
that
a
was
pimp.
fucking dope.
With his sister and the guard on either side of him, too.
So unexpected, but that was fucking dope as shit. But then just the sudden opening of the fucking sling ring portals,
and then
slowly, and then just fucking, my god.
Okay,
damn.
and then
You talk
that
about
final
knocking out
battle
the park.
scene, everyone, you get that amazing splash screen of everyone.
And it wasn't perfect because it was minus Cap Marvel.
It's what it's all.
All right, we'll give Javi
until the very end.
We'll get to Captain Marvel here in a second. Let's talk about Iron Man's arc in this movie. Let's talk about that real quick. It begins with Tony Stark.
It begins
abandoned.
with Iron Man 2005 is what it begins with.
And this movie ends that arc. 10, 11 years worth of Marvel movies. And this movie...
Wait, no, I'm sorry. 2008.
2008.
2008.
But
I'm
11
sorry,
years...
I said 2005.
That's fine.
2008.
2008.
That's what I meant. 10 years.
10 years worth of Marvel movies. And this brings us to the very end. I did not expect it to go out.
Come out in April too.
So once again, let's talk about a true hero's arc.
Exactly. So a person who starts selfishly, he's selling weapons, destructiveness, and at the end of it, he buys himself back by
War
saving...
Prophet, Lord of War.
At the end, he buys himself back by saving everyone. He saves everybody. Except for Nat, and except for Black Widow and Vision, evidently.
Dude.
But...
Holy shit, yeah, man, we didn't see fucking Vision in
no,
this at all.
He's not coming back, and that's the thing.
He may be... Is he going to come back as Gray?
No,
Maybe.
he will. I was going to say he'll come back as the gray or white Vision or whatever.
But let's talk about Iron Man being utterly defeated, knowing that he met his match with Thanos at
That's
the end
what
of it, being emancipated, being, like we were saying, looking like he was a cancer victim.
So,
and he comes in and he's like, we can't win. There's nothing we can do. But he wins at the end because he has his family. He has his wife and he has his daughter at the end of it. He has everything he needs. He doesn't have to go back and time travel back in time. He has everything he needs, and he says that. And his stipulation where he's like, we keep this time and we bring everyone back. Yes. We do that, and he gets what he wants.
Okay, so...
We do that or nothing, and he gets what he wants.
He fucking said it so believably, though, whenever he told Pepper, he's like, I figured out time travel.
Right.
Like, you believe it as a fucking viewer of these fucking movies. It's like, you...
oh yeah, of course. Why would he figure out time travel?
You don't even fucking question it at all because of everything that's already fucking happening. It's like, look, I figured out how we're going to do this. And you fucking so believe it. You buy it.
And what's even better is the scene after where he goes, I'll throw it all away right now if that's what I need to do.
You should have won my
Instead
greatest
of being
failures.
Tony Stark and being like, this is what I'm going to do.
But even still, he wouldn't have done it.
No.
Because he saw that picture of fucking Peter Parker.
I believe he would have done it. I believe he would have threw
Regardless,
it all
he was
away.
going to do it.
I believe he would have threw it all away if Pepper said throw it all away.
He wouldn't have.
And
She
I
wouldn't have
put it in
let
the
him.
lake.
No, motherfucker. Because what was his in line? What was his opening line? I am Iron Man.
That's true.
That is what it's always about.
Say it again. What was his end line?
I am Iron Man.
Right.
That was the introduction of his character whenever he came back
but
from the fucking war.
that plays back to the very beginning.
Exactly.
Because that's the end of
whenever
the first
he got
movie.
back from Mark 1 armor, whenever he escaped from the fucking caves with fucking getting a goddamn reactor inserted in his chest to stop him from having a heart attack, to keep the metal from shrapnel from going into his heart. He gets back, and at the end of the movie, he fucking says, I am Iron Man. So that sets off the whole fucking thing. So that's what it is, and that's what I'm talking about at the beginning of the movie.
So
whenever he's talking to the fucking helmet in space, everybody supposes that he's fucking talking to Pepper. But what is he talking to? He never once says Pepper.
Do you think
he's
it's something
looking at the fucking
greater
helmet
than him?
and he's fucking thinking about everything that has gone wrong? He is the guardian of the galaxy.
He's the father, like
he's
we said. Phase 3 has who is the overarching figure over all this.
But I'm just saying, like, if you don't pick up on it, I recommend go watching it again and try to look at it this way. But I'm just saying, he caresses the helmet at the end. It's like...
Well, what I was going to say, too,
It was essentially announcing, I'm leaving the throne.
What I was going to say on top of that is the best scene, the scene where they kept talking about having everyone in the scene, is not the third act battle scene. That's what you think would be. It's the funeral scene. Because at the end, they put out on the little raft, they have the heart of Tony Stark. And there's the heart of Tony Stark. And what you see is the camera pan up in a single shot. It goes through every single person in the MCU. Every single character we've seen. It
tied the entire journey all together. That was the plaque that fucking Pepper gave him in the first movie that said proof that Iron Man has a heart.
And then it pans up, and you pan through every character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it shows this is our forefather. This is the person who created this.
Yep.
Who created this amazing, unbelievable experience that we had tonight. That promise of seeing Iron Man in 2008, went to see it with my friend and my girlfriend at that time. An amazing movie at the end. I was like, that's great. And now I get to see it with two of my best friends in the whole fucking world.
Yeah.
And a theater full of people who are just as nerdy as us and geeky and enjoying the fuck out of it and cheering and shouting and woo! And my voice is hoarse from screaming at the excitement of these moments.
Amazing.
That, at the very end, there's a silent moment where it pans through everyone and there's a funeral for the person who began this. And at the end, you see Nick Fury, and that's that promise that they made in that first movie where Nick Fury meets up with Tony Stark, and he said, there's something bigger.
Yeah. And
it was. And it went over 20-something movies, and at the end of that, we get that promise.
We get closure.
And that's why Javi cries like a bitch at the end of it.
I cried like a bitch so many times throughout this fucking movie. Like I said, man, there was one moment, especially towards the end, when everybody showed up at once. I'm fucking screaming with fucking joy. Whenever Cap gets fucking Mjolnir, I'm screaming with joy. And then all of a sudden, I'm fucking, like fucking bawling boo-hooing because of like, it's done. He's dead.
This movie delivered on so many levels. God. I never expected it to be able to deliver everything I wanted, everything we talked about theory-wise. I think The only thing it was including was the Fantastic Four, which we just talked about in the theater for a second. I was like, I like that idea. This movie hit every note I wanted it to hit. It exceeded my expectations. I came in the theater. I literally did. I didn't want to tell you guys this. I literally jizzed in my pants.
Oh, yeah.
But I do love the cat that wielded Mjolnir. And it goes back to Age of Ultron, where he, like, budged it, and then he, like, stopped, looked at Thor, and Thor was like...
Everything.
And
It's like they
I
read
can't do
Reddit.
it.
It's like they listened to our podcast and heard our fucking theories.
Dude.
It literally is everything we
So,
wanted.
like I said, we all got a little bit of everything that we wanted.
Exactly. Witch's brew, if you will.
I just gotta say one thing. I really love the fact that they didn't put a Band-Aid on this and be like, oh, you went back in time and defeated Thanos, everything's going to be good now because go back to...
So
it made it seem like, this is the reality now, folks. These people are gone. They're going to stay gone. We're going to have to move forward. We're going to have to move on.
we got the scenes of Captain Marvel, and I'm not going to fucking renege
but
on
let's talk about
anything
that.
that I fucking say. I see her at the beginning, and she's the savior of Tony Stark, and I'm like, great, this is where this fucking movie is going. And then it goes forward a couple years, 5 years, and she's got short hair. She's like, you might not see me for a few more years. And everybody's like, fuck
Thank
yes,
God.
thank you.
Javi turns to me and goes, notice the crowd.
I told Jake, listen to this.
As soon as it
Nothing.
fucking happened, as soon as she shut up, we heard,
No.
woo!
Yeah, there was like two
Just like
claps.
one person. That was on her first appearance.
But let's give her this. Number one, I like the hair.
Yeah.
Number two,
She put on makeup.
that's number two. Number three, the scene where all the female characters, she goes, I'm going to go get this. When she had the Infinity Gauntlet, they go, buy your stuff, and she goes, I'm not alone. And all the female characters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe showed up. It could have been a moment where we went, "Oh, okay, that's what it is." But instead, I felt like that is fucking awesome.
And
you took everything in Captain Marvel I didn't like and flipped it on its head. Where I went, "Fuck yeah!"
And I
these
love the
women
fact
got
that
this
she was
shit.
overshadowed by every single
Yes.
one of them.
Yes.
Like,
Where
you
they
completely
stepped into
forgot.
the scene.
Yeah,
Where-
man, like, look, we understand that you think that you're the fucking strongest, but we've been doing the superhero thing. I've been on several planets.
This is where it bought it back.
Shut up, bitch. You've been on weak planets. They don't even call planets anymore. Like Pluto.
Every
Fuck you. It's not even a
strong
planet.
female character walked into that scene,
Oh,
and
that
then
was
Hope Van Dyne
great
was standing
redemption.
in the front. I went, "You're fucking
Scarlet
kidding me.
Witch is the most powerful fucking
Absolutely.
character out of all of them.
Absolutely.
And that's
Come on.
And she's like, you will know. What'd she say? Like, you will know my name after.
No, he's like, I don't even
Oh,
remember you.
God.
I don't even know.
He's
who
like,
you are.
I don't know who you are.
You're going
yeah,
to.
it's like,
She
you will.
goes, you took everything from me. He goes, I don't know who you
Here's
are.
how
He
strong
goes,
she
"You will."
was. She made Thanos call for his boys.
Yeah.
He was like, fire! What about the guards? Fucking fire!
The fucking running the Accuser and Guardians is like,
Oh,
I
dude.
destroyed everything that you loved in one day, but for me it was a Tuesday.
I think
You know
that
what
was.
I'm
I
saying?
think that was Street Fighter.
No, I'm just saying.
I think that was Raw Julian.
Yeah,
who
might
said
have,
that.
yeah. It
like,
was
that
actually,
was-
but I'm just saying. But there was a very similar line in Guardians.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there really was.
Okay. How many times you guys going to see this again?
Going
this week?
again right now.
Jake's going again right now.
Sunday.
You got Sunday,
And then 2 weeks from...
I think I'm going to go see it again.
You
This
have
was the
to.
most
You have to.
satisfying movie I've ever seen. in my
So
life.
you miss so many parts, and you'll know when you can go use the restroom again because you've already seen those parts.
I went 3 times during the movie.
It's fine. It's a
And
3-hour
Javi
movie.
was pissed. He was like,
That,
"Fuck
you
fair."
fucking went at the worst possible...
My bad.
Dude, I was like, you better not fucking talk to me because I'm about to fucking go. I was ready to yell at you, man.
but I-
You're gonna stand in
did.
the back and just like
pouting and mad. It's all right, dude.
Dude, my heart was...
he was
pounding
like
in the back. I was-
Thor. He was like fucking Hulk and Thor Ragnarok.
Dude, it's okay.
Dude, I was pacing in the
Dude,
back.
it's okay. Listen,
Okay.
you're going to see it again. We're all going to see it again. Guys, final verdict on this. Best movie
Greatest
ever?
fucking movie ever.
Best movie ever?
Best movie ever.
I won't say best movie ever, but I will say I gotta watch it one more time. But yeah, there's a good
Yeah, I
chance
gotta watch
this
it
might
about
be the best fucking movie ever.
Best movie
There's
ever.
a good chance. The only thing that I don't like is Captain Marvel.
Fuck you, by the way. Captain Marvel.
Hey, guys.
No one liked you.
Thank you so much for going to see
The
it.
crickets during your scenes was evidence enough.
Yeah, it was enough. And how many people do you think were in there? 250, 300 people in there?
No.
No? 100?
About like close to 100.
We need to go see it in IMAX. Oh, I'll take another shot. You want to take a shot, Hobbs? Alright, I'll take this shot over here.
Let me get that for you.
He literally licked it off my leg.
Oh no, Jake! Look,
God damn it! I'm gonna be so fucking hungover tomorrow. I cannot not want that. Okay, I gotta get up at 5 a.m.
Well, just
Love you. Thank you. Thank you for going to the movie with me, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for making
for
this
everything,
the
Doug.
best fucking night. I appreciate you guys in a way you never understand. Like, seriously. I love you guys. I love you too. We're going to drink this. Shot. Javi, have a shot with me. Right now. Boom.
Clank.
This is Duck. I've been here with
Jake.
and thank you so much for listening. Later, motherfuckers!
Damn, dude.
Wow. And there it is. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you have enjoyed it, please do not forget, share with your friends. That is how we grow the network. And if this is your first time listening, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcasts here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Bagu, a video game podcast featuring me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood. That's where we talk Atari to Steam and everything in between. Don't forget Heroes Gyros, a Dungeons and Distraction side quest. Me and the boys were sitting down, we're playing some D&D, we're having so much fun. You can go and start that from the beginning of the journey, Season 1, Episode 1. You're going to love it all the way through. And finally, I Hate Being Sober. Personal stories from epic people. I'm going to sit down with some of the most epic people I've ever met in this world, and we're going to talk about their life, we're going to talk about their trials and tribulations, and we're just going to talk about their journey this far. Head on over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /WeArePodcast. Also, head over to the Facebook group, We Are Error. We would love to see you in that group. And don't forget, if you've enjoyed the podcast today, share it with your friends. That's the only way we can grow this network. With that said, do not forget, support local comedy in any way that you can. We really do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.